Hey everyone, so I'm still in Georgia, but I thought I would make a video, maybe quick, maybe not, on my experience just kind of in the spring, over the summer, and how I got to DC and elsewhere. So I remember in the spring, I was working a job and would kind of, at night, feel like something was off. Wake up in the middle of the night, something's off. Some nights couldn't sleep, and I get a call, not a phone call, a psychic phone call from Tulsi Gabbard and Douglas Macgregor. At this point, it was mainly Douglas Macgregor, the colonel who was Trump's defense secretary or something like that at the very end of his first administration. I get a call from them, psychic call, and they warn me, they tell me, you know, there's a Ukrainian sniper outside your window, outside your room. I was like, okay, geez. You know, I felt like someone was out there. Someone's like going walks in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep, and felt kind of a presence. They said there's a rogue Ukrainian sniper in your fucking in your space outside your place. I was like, shit, okay. And they basically fill me in. After the election, after Trump won, Ukraine cut a bunch of its agents in America loose, and they basically became kind of free operatives for hire. So they say, and this has happened to other people. Apparently it happened to, this is from Douglas Macgregor, told me that it was happening to Andrew Napolitano. He had a Ukrainian sniper on him, the judge from who used to be on Fox News. But anyway, they say leave. They say leave your home. There's a Ukrainian sniper, leave your home, and go up to Vermont with these ACP communists. Go to Chris Halali's farm in Vermont, who's a communist who's the high bailiff in a county in Vermont. So I say, okay, shit. And, you know, these guys say, we can help you. God says, pack up, leave your house, leave. And I left. I drove all the way. I drove all the way from Georgia to Vermont. And I get to Vermont. I get to Chris Halali's farmhouse. It was kind of understood, okay, you know, he'll be safe there. Go there. So I go there. And then Tulsi, with Doug second, and say, come to DC. And Tulsi tells me she wants a month-long affair. She wants a month-long affair to, I don't know, make me into a new man, make me into a whole person. Says, come here, I want an affair. So I'm thinking, okay, what the hell? I just left home. There was a sniper on my ass. Leave home, and I go from Georgia to Vermont. Hey, I go from Georgia to Vermont, and then she says, come here, come to DC. So I go to DC, and I go to the FBI building, you know, the J. Edgar Hoover one, and she let me in at first. There's all these, I didn't end up getting in over the summer, but when I got there, she's with her husband. She's with her ex-husband, Abraham. And she's like, no, I just want to wear, like, you know, I'm thinking with this affair, you know, I'm not going to leave. I'm not the type of guy. I'm going to hold on. Come on. Don't make me leave. You stay. And they're saying, no, we're still together. We're still loving. And I'm on this whole kick of everyone's a fucking narcissist in their image on social media and whatever. I say, you two, you just want a fucking clean image. You don't care about each other. The love's dead. You're not feeling, he's not helping you. And at that point, he left. And God said, it's you and Tulsi Gabbard. Divine marriage, beshert is a Jewish word. He says it's you two. And I say, okay, shit. And the whole thing is how we can get inside, but they say, It says it won't be for a month because, like when Ahasuerus, the king in the book of Esther, picked out Esther, she had to wait for a month to get inside. So anyway, that was the limit. But in the meanwhile, there was a CIA coup going on. There's a CIA coup going on. I get to DC, immediately there's a CIA coup going on. And it's Pete Hegseth with J.D. Vance. Now, and they're trying to get Trump out. They're trying to basically either assassinate Trump, get him out, or make him like a CIA puppet. Now, with Trump and JD, it's a little more complex, but Pete was kind of the guy behind it. Tulsi knew about it, but I'm not sure she knew what to do about it, or felt like there was no way to stop it. But Trump and JD, it was kind of personal. Trump was pushing around JD. They had that kind of borderline narcissist kind of thing, and Trump was definitely pushing him around. But the way the whole thing gets uncovered is I'm talking to Trump. This is, again, it's all psych because I got to see crazy summer. This is late May. I heard Trump, and he's drinking these Diet Cokes, and I'm like, you know, Trump, if you just held on, like, feel your pancreas and let the sweetness in, you wouldn't need this diet stuff. You could have those Mexican Cokes. You don't need stuff. You could have Mexican Cokes, and you have Mexican Cokes, and then JD goes, why can't he have the canned ones? And then it was revealed that they were slowly slipping stuff into the canned stuff, just like Alex Jones has said. They were slowly slipping whatever, cyanide, not like a immediate lethal dose, but enough to weaken, and I guess the idea is to eventually kill him. It seems like a common thing with the cyanide thing, where it doesn't kill the person immediately. But anyway, he's like, why can't he drink the canned Coke? And Trump's like, oh, there he is. And so for the whole month, in Tulsi's office, there's this, in all of DC, there's this conspiracy of the CIA to try to get Trump and Tulsi Gabbard. Trump and Tulsi Gabbard were kind of the main targets of this conspiracy. Anyway, over the course of summer, crazy summer, JD repented, changed his tune, and the CIA plot was no more. But anyway, we'll go around DC, volunteer, or just bum around sometimes. The whole summer is Tulsi saying, okay, we're going to let you in, we're going to get you inside this way, we're going to get you inside that way. It never happened. And then after the CIA kind of stopped, it seems like now it's the DOD. I left DC because, well, my family got this guy, and they drafted up some legal BS in Florida saying I was on weed. I wasn't on weed, I was smoking pot. Anyway, they take me to Florida where there's these very gray laws about they can put you in these treatment facilities with very little justification. So I'm stuck in Florida, and I know DOD is doing their crap. DOD is doing their crap. They have surveillance all over the country. You see those people talk about gang stalking, like who's after me? Is it alien? It's the Department of Defense. They have a mass program of surveillance, and if it's happened for a decent amount of time, it's not that hard to spot. There are these, usually have like where it could be plausibly civilian, but it has kind of a military flair, the vehicles. But it's the DOD, it's the Department of Defense, mass surveilling and harassing people they think would be dissidents in some kind of coup event. That's what it seems like, some kind of coup or some kind of civil war. But it's the Department of Defense. And, A lot of things came in between us, me and Tulsi, but me and Tulsi, and especially with the Charlie Kirk assassination. Kash Patel, who I kind of had some faith in the spring and the fall, that maybe they would stop this extra legal system in this country and maybe get back to some kind of national security. It seemed like when he came in, that was what he was about. You know, oh, we don't want drugs in the country, blah blah blah. Well, he's totally wussed out to that, because the Charlie Kirk, the Charlie Kirk assassination, it's a DOD hit. It's a DOD hit. I believe it was an Israeli sniper, but a DOD hit, because Charlie Kirk and his people were turning more in the Tulsi Gabbard direction, kind of conservatism that doesn't want endless wars, doesn't want to be servants of Israel, the country. And with those texts, I mean, they're covering for something. They're covering for something. I don't know if Kash is scared or if he's in on it. I lean more towards him being scared, but maybe there's a more malicious end to it. But the connection with Tulsi Gabbard was very deep, is very deep, I feel. I helped her solve that CIA plot, and there's still a lot of intrigues going on. Trump is not a stable president. There's all forces around him. The swamp he talks about is all around him, and they want, I think they gave into not trying to get him, but trying to get him into a position where he can't do anything, where he can't do what he wants to, because I think there is a good side of Trump where he wants to be a peacemaker, wants to make deals with different countries and not have war and imperialism to an extent. But the time in Florida really drove me apart from her, and there's stuff going on. The DOD is on the move. And they want to get Trump into a position where he is like their servant. He's like their cuck. I don't want that. I don't want to see that. But the DOD's got claws. I'm not sure where else to take this. I also talked to, it's sad because I think there's a good side to the DOD. It's Douglas McGregor in the summer, in the spring. It seemed like he was wanted to get these rogue Ukrainian agents, but now they've kind of given up on that, given up on protecting people, and have gone back to the gang stalking, the hoping to keep the populace in terror. Within the Trump camp, outside of RFK. I like RFK. I don't like that they chose meat for the healthy fat cooking oil. But outside of RFK, this is a security state. I think Tulsi Gabbard is the best hope. Kash is covering for something with the Charlie Kirk assassination hit op, and I don't think Tulsi knows what to do. She could do it, but since then she's been deceived, duped. when it was the CIA who were going against Trump, who were on the move. DOD was with me, was with Tulsi in uncovering the stopping this coup plot. Now, it doesn't seem like CIA is up to anything big like that domestically anymore, but they were. And I don't know, it seems grim for the Trump administration if Trump and Tulsi get stuck in a box with the DOD. If Trump and Tulsi get stuck in the DOD's box, and Trump 2.0 or Trump 2.2, 2.4, whatever we're on, might be dead in the water. Cash and Tulsi know something about the assassination. I wouldn't call it the assassin, because then it would make sense that they would try to frame it as a thing between Israel and Egypt. And I think a lot of people are really just scared shitless of the DOD, because they have a massive arm in politics that's not talked about a lot by dissidents. Left, right, it's CIA, FBI, but no one talks about the DOD. I think the best hope in the Trump administration is that middle wing, the FBI of Tulsi Gabbard. The FBI Tulsi Gabbard, and used to be Kash Patel. I don't think he's got it anymore. But if you notice these strange, usually they're black trucks or they're black like Ford, Chevys, SUVs with kind of a sinister vibe. You're not crazy. It's the DOD. It's the DOD. They're all over the country and they surveil people. I'd like to go back to DC. I felt like that was my whole life there with Tulsi, obviously, and all these intrigues. There's not much left for me without her. I miss her. I miss Tulsi. I love her a lot. And we had something very deep. We do have something very deep. I feel like I know her very well. And she has strengths and weaknesses. And those weaknesses, borderline to poke you. See yourself.